morning, so we'll go ahead and get started this morning. Test, everybody's mics are working good? Doing what they need to do? Okay, we've called this press conference to give you some additional comments or some comments from the heads of the organizations that are involved with this investigation. Today you'll be hearing from Chief of Police Richard Myers, District 11 Superintendent Dr. Gledich, and Senior Deputy District Attorney of the Special Victims Unit, Amy Fitch. Now, the rules for this press conference, the Chief, or these folks are going to give comments. We're not going to allow questions. So as soon as they're done speaking, they're going to step aside, let the next speaker come up. I think after District Attorney Fitch has completed their comments, I'll get back up, give you some wrap-up comments, and then we're going to move on. We do, as most of you know, have another event to get to this morning, and we hope to see you there like we see you here. Our law enforcement memorial is this morning at 10 a.m. So we're going to be leaving here and going to that. So please join us and let your viewers know to join us. So without further ado, Chief Myers.
We are here today to update you on the ongoing investigation involving Mr. Josh Carrier. Oftentimes, it's very difficult for the police to address community concerns on these types of investigations. On the one hand, we're striving to be transparent and share what we know with the public so that we can sustain your trust even as we work through our investigation as to whether an officer of the law engaged in unlawful conduct. On the other hand, we are limited in what we can share for several reasons. First, we have little desire to jeopardize the ability of the prosecutor to determine whether a case should be brought to pursue justice in this matter. Second, anytime a case involves juveniles in any matter, we are legally constrained on what we're allowed to release. And third, cases involving alleged sexual misconduct also include legal limitations on our ability to release information. For these reasons, please understand that we may not be able to provide specific information that the media or the public might want at this time. Additionally, we need to stress that this is a very dynamic situation. As we rely on the media to help us notify potential victims, we are processing new information daily. This may or may not increase the number of events that we end up having to investigate. It's early in the process. Please understand that it's more important to conduct these investigations right than it is to do them fast. Since the Colorado Springs Police was initially made aware of the allegations on March 28th, investigators have been working diligently in coordination with members of the 4th Judicial District Attorney's Office to determine the facts. That effort continues, and this remains an ongoing investigation. On May 11th, the Colorado Springs Police Department's Internet Crimes Against Children Unit arrested Joshua Dwayne Carrier, date of birth March 2nd, 1981, for being in possession of child pornography, which is a Class 4 felony. Subsequent to that arrest, CSPD issued a press release encouraging anyone with information that could assist with the investigation to call Sergeant Bill DeHart, the supervisor of the ICAC unit. Since that request, members of the community have come forward with additional allegations regarding Mr. Carrier's behavior. Forensic interviews were conducted with potential victims who allege that Mr. Carrier has had inappropriate sexual contact with 5 juvenile victims. As a result, Mr. Carrier has been charged with 5 counts of sexual assault on a child by one in a position of trust which is a Class 3 felony. As previously noted, this is an ongoing investigation and additional interviews have already been scheduled with other potential victims. We are re-asking that anyone with information that could assist with this ongoing investigation, please call Sergeant Mike Velasquez with the Crimes Against Children Unit at 444-7509. We are told that some community members are making statements directly to the media without contacting us. We cannot assist potential victims without being contacted and doing an appropriate investigation. With this new information, we are continuing to keep Mr. Carrier on paid administrative leave. We are following our civil service rules, and if he is formally charged with felonies in open court, we can and intend on pursuing a suspension without pay. We have already removed all his police credentials, suspended his police authority, and seized all police property from him. I implore the public to recognize that today we are sharing information about the alleged egregious conduct of one person, an individual who also happens to be a police officer. If the charges are substantiated, it will reflect on him alone. Any serious allegation like this brings sadness, hurt, and a sense of betrayal for the men and women of CSPD who have sworn an oath and wear a badge with honor. Anytime a person who works in a position of trust, like a police officer, a teacher, a scout leader, a church leader, even a politician, who engages in behavior that violates trust, it can cause doubt or uncertainty about all such trusted professionals. Do not doubt for a minute that our organization is shocked by the alleged conduct and that we are working tirelessly with our district attorney and other investigative agencies to ensure that the investigation will be conducted thoroughly and fairly for all involved. We sympathize with the potential victims, our community, and our CSPD family who have to endure this. I have faith in the character and spirit of the people of Colorado Springs and the men and women of the police department to work through this matter, and we will get through this. I'd now like to welcome to the podium the Superintendent of District 11, Dr. Nicholas Gledich.
Thank you. Good morning. The district is shocked as well and deeply saddened and deeply concerned with this matter. And we will continue to work closely with Colorado Springs Police Department in its investigation efforts. We have been working closely with the police department over a period of time to support their investigation into this matter. District 11 takes seriously the safety and security of all of our children. For example, we fingerprint and do background checks for all of our employees and all of our volunteers. Our volunteers who work directly with children are also supervised by our employees as well. We have programs in our schools to support our students in making reports anonymously. Safe to Tell would be one such program. We, our teachers, our principals, and all of our staff, like our parents, encourage our children to come forward and talk to a responsible adult, if not their parent, when things aren't right. And we continue to do that with our children on a day-to-day basis. Not only our elementary children, but our middle school children and our high school children as well. When we're first made aware of wrongdoing, our initial first step is to contact law enforcement. We too have legal limits that we must meet and address, and therefore there are several questions that we cannot answer. And as a district, we must respect the needs and the importance of the criminal justice system and all those concerned. The district is confronted with working with an individual who is considered a person of trust. And we know that this particular situation has created a condition where there may be individuals who may have a lack of trust in us. But please be rest assured and know that each one of our schools, our principals, our teachers, and all of the employees in D11 along with our school board do everything that it possibly can to make sure that all of its students are safe, secure, and all of their emotional and academic needs are met. We will continue to work with the Colorado Springs Police Department to bring truth to fruition. Thank you.
My name is Amy Fitch. I'm a Senior Deputy District Attorney over the Special Victims Unit. I wanted to comment a little bit on the process, on what you can expect coming forward. On Tuesday, Mr. Carrier is due in court on his case involving sexual exploitation of children, and that will be for filing of charges. The District Attorney's Office has received a complete investigation and reports, and we are looking at those now, and we'll be making a decision before Tuesday on the filing of charges in that case. He will probably be advised sometime today on the new case involving sexual assault on a child. At this point in time, and I checked right before we came out here, we do not have a court date yet for when he will appear when he will appear for the filing of charges in that case. But when that court date comes up, we will be again making a decision, looking at the evidence, and deciding what to charge. The District Attorney's Office has asked for both arrest warrants to be sealed indefinitely. That is not to keep things secret from the public, but to avoid compromising any ongoing investigation, and there is an ongoing investigation. I would like to thank the Colorado Springs Police Department for their tireless and outstanding work in investigating this case, and let you know that we will be communicating through the court system with filing of charges and ongoing court dates. Thank you.
Okay, that concludes the press conference. Thank you for being here. As you can see, we are all committed to the safety of our community. Please join us, like I said, at the memorial. It's at America the Beautiful Park, 10 a.m. We would appreciate you there to help us honor the officers that have fallen in the line of duty in the Pikes Peak region. Thank you.